Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to the QPR Career Mode episode 21. If you're not all caught up, go check out the playlist, get yourself caught up. And then of course, welcome to today's episode. Today, we are nearing the end of what is going to be our initial transfer dealings in season number 2 for the series, season number 1 in the Premier League. Spoilers inbound, if you haven't seen the last episode, we're going to go through some of the signings and stuff we made and talk about a few suggestions and stuff in the comments. So, this is your moment to not have spoilers, but let's have a little gander at the squad for those who either forgot, short-term memory, or maybe haven't seen last episode. So we did pick up a good few players in the last one. We picked up Paredes, really phenomenal player to come into the squad. Got him on a free agent, obviously international player, plays for Argentina, was without a club. So really good deal, I think, for us picking him up and bringing him through. We also picked up Archie Gray as our right-back option. So the hope was to loan him in because that felt vaguely realistic. Maybe try and get an option to buy or, loan him in and then look to buy him next season. Spurs were not interested in loaning him out. And last season in this save, he had one match played, one appearance for Tottenham, and it was in the cup. So my thought process was, you know what, if we can get him for a half decent price, only had a year left, I think it was, on his contract. I think they can't have only got him on a year, but his value was really low. So maybe that's just because he's not playing. That could be part of it. It's normally because he's not got long in his contract. Don't quote me on the contract thing. I might have got that one wrong, but bought him in. Decent price. There is a bit of a sell-on fee, not a crazy, but I think it's like 5%. But we're going to bring him in to be our right back. So we are training him to become a right back as his primary position, and then we'll look to boost his stats accordingly. Want to get that defensive stat up quite badly, and a bit of a pace boost would be quite nice because it is a little bit slow in an FC sense for a right back, but still very workable. We'd previously picked up Twanzebe as a new starting centre-back for us. We picked up Rushworth in the last episode, so he is our new starting goalkeeper, with Nardi potentially on his way out as well, going to PSV, weighing on that one to potentially come through. We picked up Domina as our sort of new prospect striker, 71 rated striker with 76 shooting is phenomenal. Only 19, 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot, pretty quick, good in the sort of finding goals department, hopefully, with some really, really good shooting. He's actually got the same shooting as Sella. So I think that's going to be a bit of competition for that first team striker spot by the end of the season. Gardner is our starting centre-back for the bench going forward as well, with him coming through again as a free agent and a bit of an option for us there. I need to have a little look in regards to the bench because we've got a striker, we've got a winger, we've got Madsen who can play anywhere in that central part of the midfield. So that is very much an option for us. But it'll be nice to kind of have a cam option on the bench, which we currently don't really have, having loaned out the likes of Coley. Singh has gone out on loan. So we have loaned out a lot of our creative central players. But that is fixable. We'll work around that. I think what I might actually do just for now is have Varane on the bench as our holding midfield option. And then we have Madsen to come on in that sort of number 10 role. Pace-wise, obviously, very different to Chair. A lot slower. Shooting's not as good. But sort of maybe solidify that midfield a little bit and have that creative option be someone who can be box-to-box. But a position that we sort of all agreed upon that is someone that's a real primary position for us to look at is some new rotation out wide. Smith can play left and right, so having him on the bench to come on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, or we move Chair across because he can play left mid and then bring Smith in, or bring Madsen in to play cam. I'm going to go and look at some right midfielders. And my thought and process here is we either find someone who's experienced and higher rated, or we find someone who's a similar rating to Dembele and it's a bit of a rotate, chop and change. Because Dembele, one of the biggest things that holds him back for us playing lots is his stamina is only 67. If you compare that to a lot of the other players here, nearly everyone else is in the 70s or above. Twanzebe being the only other exception who's got 57. So he is a little bit slow in that sense. But realistically, also need to swap these guys around because Clark's always left-footed. But realistically, another option as a right mid, I think is a bit of a must. So I'm going to go and have a little look at some players, look at some options. We haven't got crazy amounts of money. We have 14 million, which I say is not crazy amounts of money. It's really good for QPR right now to actually have that kind of money to spend. But I don't want to spend all of it because I would like to have a little bit of an emergency fund just in case, especially come January if we need to make some signings. But I think also it would be good to stay within a bit of the possibility of FFP not being a huge problem. We're being sensible with our funds going that sort of route. Okay, so I said that I didn't want to spend all of my budget on this next signing because it would be good to have some money left over, yada, yada, yada. I might ignore everything I just said. I've had a look at a couple of players and I've decided one thing that we should maybe look at, which was suggested to us as a thing to bear in mind when we were looking at CDMs, and we were told, somebody in the comments said Tyler Adams could be a good shout. A, one of the best players on that little list you've got, but also B, does tick off the American signing objective, which is very true. And I kind of have ever so slightly neglected that since deciding to not pick him up. So I've decided we should go for an American winger. This right mid that we look to bring in should be American. First option, I'm looking at Taylor Booth. Be able to pick him up for somewhere between £3 and £5 million most likely. Decent player, 72 rated, can play on the left and can play on the right. It looks like he would be a similar sort of profile to Dembele. The slightest bit taller, I believe. More stamina, which is worth bearing in mind. So a similar sort of player. But the lowest rated, the second lowest rated, and I think the joint cheapest on our list of 4. The next 2 are quite expensive players. We have got Timothy Weah at Juventus, right mid / right back. As far as I was aware, I thought he was more primarily a right back, but he is, stats wise, definitely more of a right mid. So could be a really good option for us here in that middle price range bracket. 25 years old and 75 rated, so comes into our team and would be our starting right mid for sure. Would actually push Dembele to the bench, which I think would be a sensible decision if we were to pick him up. But 65,000 pounds a week is no cheap deal here. So we would offer him less than that, and hopefully he would take less than that, but he is going to be on a heavy wage bracket, but only 6.5 mil, only has a year left in his contract. I can't see how much he's played in the game last season, but I can say that this season in Italy, he's played once in the Italian Cup, and he's had 12 appearances, either starting or off the bench for Juventus this season. So bit of a rotation player, would be coming into us to be primarily starting, but would be rotated occasionally. So there is that worth bearing in mind. Next is the most expensive player on this list, and that is Giovanni Reina, who's gone to RB Salzburg. So this would be a phenomenal pickup. Can play right mid, left mid, and can come on and play in that central number 10 role. So he would offer us some fantastic versatility. Would cost us our entire budget though. He would cost us all 14 million that we have, potentially a little bit more would eat into those wages. Obviously he's on 15 grand a week at the moment, but would get a boost. But the only thing about this being vague levels of realism is I believe he joined on a free contract the beginning of this season. So he's been at Salzburg for like a month. So it does feel a little bit like maybe it's a bit cheaty, and maybe we would look at this in January, which is why I've also got the option of Cole Campbell, right mid, who can play left mid, 19 years of age, comes in again in a similar sort of situation to where Paul Smith is at rating-wise, and not too dissimilar from how Dembele started the season for us in those high 60s. Stamina-wise, you're looking at just a bit less than Dembele, so that really would be rotation between the two of them. It kind of would be one plays the next, and you kind of rotate that way. And he's on, not too many wages. I reckon we could get him for about 20-25 grand a week. We could probably pick him up for about 2 mil. It just doesn't feel like it's much of an improvement. This would be something that would benefit us in a season or two's time. It's the sort of player I would buy in to loan out. So it feels a little bit counterproductive. If I'm honest, I think Weah is the most exciting signing that is not sort of breaking transfer rules, in the sense that he's only just joined the club. Do you know what I mean? It would feel a little bit cheaty picking up Reina, bearing in mind he's been there for 20 minutes. So Booth, I think, would be a really good option with a little bit unique. I don't think I've signed Taylor Booth in a save before. I just think Weah is maybe the player we're looking for. I think he fits that quite well. Can play right back if we need to rotate a little bit and have the option of Archie Gray maybe moving centrally for a game, or we need to rest Archie Gray for any reason. I think it does give us that option as well. So it kind of ticks a couple of boxes. So we are going to go in for Timothy Weah and see if we can get him on a little bit of a deal here. That would be quite nice. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to offer a fee. I'm going to offer 5 out the gate just to sort of feel it, see where they're at, see what he's thinking. 8.6. Okay, Motta, my dude. Let's negotiate, my boy. I'm going to go to 6 and just see if he's willing to come down to 7. I want to get him for less than 7 if possible. 6.6. You know what? I reckon if I throw a 6.25, I reckon he's biting my hand off a 6.25, boys. 6.5. You know what? Getting a little bit tense. We'll go for the 6.5. I'm okay with that. We've got him for market value. I think it's a really, really good deal. We do need to get those wages down, though. That is going to be a big, big part of this. I don't want to be paying him crazy more than everyone else is. Important? Fine with me. I'm glad you want important over crucial. 4 years? Also fine with me. No release clause. You didn't tell me what you want. Ooh. Do I think I can offer him 35? I do. I'm going to try it. 35 and 200 grand on the table. Thoughts? 40. Get rid of the bonus. Oh, I meant to do 350. It's fine. There we go. Love that. Weah is here and has taken a big old wage cut there. 40 grand a week down from 65. Got to respect it. Coming in to get some first team football in the Prem as well. Obviously, there is that allure in the sense that it is the Premier League, and you hear a lot of players saying that they'd love to come and play in the Prem, or at some point want to play in the Prem. But we do make another big signing here, and I think this could be a really, really important one for the series and for the season, because obviously we love Dembele. Really happy with how Dembele's progressing and stuff, but I need somebody to come in and be that bit more consistent in regards to much higher stamina, able to come in, tick a box of going that he can play every single week. Dembele can't do that. Dembele just doesn't have the legs to play every single game. So it's nice to have that player come in and offer that now. But Timothy Weah, obviously, son of a legend of the game in George Weah. That's a really, really good pickup for us. Really happy to get him through and signing for QPR in the Premier League. It's our new number 21 Timothy Weah. Big deal. 6.5 mil again. I'm really happy with that fee. I was hoping to get him just under market value, but I think overall I will not complain. To be a 5.2, find a bin. There's no way I was getting him for 5.2. I offered 5 and he was a little bit upset with me, but I'm happy with that. We've kept a little bit of money, so we've got a good sort of 6-7 million left in the kitty as well. But yeah, he just comes in and I think ticks one of very few boxes left to tick, if I'm being entirely honest with you here. I don't think there's much more that really the squad needs looking at now. So I'm really, really happy with that deal. Let's get Weah in there and on the bench for now. Let's whack him on the team. You know, we're just going to get the strongest team ready. This is our strongest squad right now. And you know what? I'm quite happy with it. But I think for now, and hopefully you guys agree, I think that's good deals in and out for us for now. Obviously, if any more deals come through for players to be bought and stuff, I'll show you guys. If any players get sold, obviously I'll show you guys. But I think this squad is now ready for the start of this Premier League season. We do have a departure on our hands here, and I'm not entirely sure who that is. That's not meant to be Nardi, is it? That's not Nardi, surely not. Oh, it's one of our youth players. That's why I didn't recognise him. Okay, season on loan out for one of our young left backs, which again, I think is really good for us. And we do have our pre-season tournament here. I'm just going to go for the one with the most cash. More players leaving the club here. And this, I think, is another one of our youth players. I think that's our youth keeper going out on loan. Oh, no, it's Walsh. Oh, you know what? Sorry, Walsh, mate. Sorry, Jay. Going on loan to Swansea for the season, which, again, I'm fine with. He's not going to play. And it makes sense for him to go and get minutes elsewhere. A deal that I was waiting to come through, and one I'm a little bit sad about. He absolutely saved our bacon countless times in our pursuit of getting promoted into the Premier League. But Paul Nardi is leaving Queen's Park Rangers in our save. Off to PSV, £3 million. And you know what? Fair play. I think he'll do really well out there. Hopefully he gets some minutes. Hopefully he does get game time. But yeah, this is also hopefully a thing I never see for QPR anytime soon, because I love Nardi, mate. More players on the way out, and it looks like that is Matteo Solomon, I think, leaving on a permanent, going off to America. I think, yeah, Toronto, 280,000. Again, he was just never going to play for us in the save, so it just made sense. Okay, so here we are for pre-season. Obviously, we have got quite a few New players in the mix here. We've got Rushworth starting. We have Tuanzebe and Gray starting. Paredes and Weah. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the highlights of this just because it's pre-season. Obviously, we'll play the games normally when it's actually the matches. But just because it's pre-season, we'll just play the highlights. I was just going to sim them, but I've not played Career Mode in a little while. So it would be quite nice to actually get a feel for the game again a little bit in regards to Career Mode. So hopefully you guys don't mind that. But also it just gets a little bit of gameplay going on. Just gets us a little bit used to maybe getting some of our new boys in and seeing how we do. So let's just get a little bit of pre-season underway and again, play the highlights. So we are starting off with a free kick here. Paredes standing over it, which potentially our new free kick taker. Again, apologies about this cough. There's not loads I can do about it. You know what? We'll have a little pop here. We'll give it a go. Going to just aim at that close post. Go on, Paredes. What a start this will be. Oh, off the post. It's a good effort. Beat the keeper for sure, but off the post, not quite finding its way in there. Unlucky there, but let's see if we can get any more chances. Genoa with a chance to cross. These ones I never really find as much of a crossing opportunity, but a chance here to see if Weah has got the defensive capabilities up high. He does, and gets a chance to counter-attack straight away. Look how deep their defence is, by the way. Some of these highlights are a bit weird where they position the defending teams, but Sella gonna strike. Good save from the keeper though. It was always gonna be a bit of a difficult one. Really tight angle there, but Genoa here cleaned through with an attack. It's giving me Ilias Chair to defend on the halfway line-ish when actually I've got a centre-back in Clark Salter right there. They're just gonna power that one home. Nothing I could do about that with that replay. It just basically went, you know what, Genoa are gonna score now, and they did. So it's 1-0. Again, it's pre-season. We're getting the new boys cemented in a little bit, seeing how they feel, seeing how they play. Sella with a chance to counter here. Brings that one down. Good first touch. Takes it wide again. He's getting pushed out wide quite a bit here. But look at the sheer numbers they defended. I think they're playing a 5-back. 1-2 with Ilias. Sella with a strike. Really good save from the keeper. Really, really good save. We get a chance to counter-attack here. Paredes with Sella just ahead of him. It would be nice to see if we could just dink a little through ball over the top here. Paredes. Wanted the run from Sella. He didn't really pick up much pace. He didn't pick up enough pace, that's for sure. Easy to defend for the defending Genoa side. But it's second half now, and it's a crossing opportunity again. Archie Gray, how can you do defensively out on this right-hand side here? Player forced in and backwards. They're going to play it back. Just see if we can just get back and stop this one nice and quickly. Rushworth came to, like, sort of go for it. Makes a save in the end. But yeah, bit sloppy defensively from us a little bit here. But another chance to counter-attack for Genoa. They've got 2 players up. We've got 3 players back. Gray making his way back a little bit as well. Let's see if we can just maybe push in. There we go. Lovely stuff. And we do get the chance to counter-attack ourselves off of their counter-attack. Get the ball here to Ilias. Ilias, edge of the box. Going to try the finesse. Nowhere near wide enough. The keeper sort of just had to, in front of him, put his hand up. Kind of wanted it, you know, aiming towards that top corner. But this is another chance here, look. They've just got 2 players in acres of space. Apparently Tuanzebe was playing centre mid. Baffling. But it's okay. Another chance here. Long cross from QPR. This is a ball forward. You can see Sella in an offside spot right now, but the ball is going to find him. Apparently he made his run at a good time. Mate, their keeper is having a blinder today. Ilias going to have a go on his left. Good block from the defender. Sam Field, good block from the defender again. Mate, they are defending this 1-0 lead like it's going out of style. Long cross again here for Genoa. Similar vibe to the one we just got with Sella, but a little bit further back. They've got a little bit more to do to get the chance here. Can we win it off of them? I don't think we're going to. Good strike, good save, Rushworth. Really good job there. We do lose 1-0, but you know what? I think we put a pretty good showing for ourselves. Again, it's just highlights. It's not like actual gameplay. It's not us actually like running the match and stuff. But overall, I don't think we performed too badly. A lot of the new boys look good. Good effort on that free kick from Paredes. And Weah is rapid. Interesting purchase here. RB Leipzig have picked up the very much man-in-demand Gyökeres, £66 million, which I think is his release clause, but that's a huge pickup from them. Okay, second game of our pre-season with a nice rotated squad here. Rushworth stays in goal, Powell, Gardner, Dunn and Gray playing the back line. Smith, Madsen, Field and Dembele with Chair at cam and Demina up top. So just thought, you know, rotate a good amount, get some of the other new boys in, but also sort of keep a little bit of consistency with some players. So keep Gray in there because obviously he is going to be our main right back, and I want him to keep playing there because I think if you play them in that position while they're training it, I don't know if I'm going crazy, but they like learn the role quicker, maybe, possibly, I don't know. Chair obviously gapped in. Rushworth obviously our starting keeper. Let's see how we do. We get our first chance here, knocking the ball forward here. It's going to go up to Demina. Can he win this one? Because it is a competed header. No, he can't. Genoa have actually just straight up been given the chance to attack there. It didn't even say like counter-attack. It just gave them the counter-attack. But we've now got a bit of a chance to bring this ball forward. We've got Madsen on the ball. Going to play it nice, quick, nice first time here to Ilias. Ilias going to try and set away Demina. Demina going to have a strike. Good save again from the keeper. We are just, at the moment, keepers are just causing us problems. But Sampdoria with their first chance to bring this ball forward now. It's a crossing opportunity for them. And it is like the Seller one. Look, it's just going to go straight to him in the box. Looping header straight over Rushworth. Easy as that. Easy as that. I would complain, but as I said, you know, the 2 goals we conceded have been pretty almost gives from the AI. We had a give. We missed it. So I will not complain. You've still got to score it. But a chance here for a solo run now for Demina. Really give the new lad a bit of a chance and a bit of a test in a one-on-one situation here. And he ran straight into his man. The first touch was poor, and I didn't really get a chance to take a second touch to try and control it. But now, look, another clean through run here. Lagumna is how I'm going to say that. Dunn and Gardner trying to get back. Neither can. And it's 2-0. Pre-season is looking pretty dodgy for us. Again, it's pre-season. I'm not going to read into it too much. I'm not going to stress or worry overly. We do just need to try and, you know, find the feet a little bit, you know, try and get the squad to gel, and it will happen. It will take a little bit of time. It's also going to take a little bit of time for me to get used to some of these guys. Obviously, I've got to train them up in new roles, get some players in some new pluses or pluses so that they kind of fit the squad that we're doing right now, and that's okay. Obviously, some changes happening here because we now have Weah on the ball. Could do with Demina making a run. It's not the best run. That would have been a good chance to play to him, but actually, Weah's just going to keep hold of this here. Look out wide now and find Paul Smith. Paul Smith going to play it behind him to find Kenneth Powell. Kenneth Powell lays it off to Weah, edge of the box. Weah, good strike. And he does find the back of the net. Gets his first goal for QPR in a non-competitive fixture. But does find the back of the net. Nice to see him cut inside and hit that ball towards the back of the net. I think he's got decent shooting. It's about 70-something. We do lose. We do get our first goal of pre-season, though. We are playing some decent sides, though. Sampdoria, no mugs. Good result overall for them. Not a bad showing of I guess sort of attacking sense from the team, but defensively in those one-on-ones we are getting comfortably beat, but those situations obviously wouldn't necessarily happen that often in actual matches. Another one of the young players going out on loan, I believe it's Knowles, Ed Knowles I think it is, going out on loan for his young CDM. Yeah, going off to Coventry for a season, which again, I'm absolutely fine with. I don't know how often he'll play in that Coventry side because they've obviously got a pretty good midfield, but hopefully he at least progresses a little bit. Okay, final game of pre-season, going back to the first team that we used in the last game, because this is our primary first team here. So up against Getafe, we'll just see how the boys fare in the final highlight. This will be the last sort of gameplay of the episode, and we'll start next episode with game number 1 of the Premier League season, which is a game against Leicester. I can't remember if it's home or away, but I remember that it's Leicester. So hopefully we can just get a little bit of, you know, something to give me some positivity going into the start of the season, because I've not played very, again, these are just highlights. It's very, as you guys will know, it's very, very different from actually playing the matches, but we'll see how it goes. Up against Getafe, first highlight of the game, it does go Getafe's way, and that is okay. Let's just see if we can defend this. Not great from Thomas, but it wasn't a great passer, but well stepped in from Twanzebe. Solo run here. You can see it is a one-on-one, and I believe that is Archie Gray. This is a good test for him, a good challenge, see how he does. And you know what? He did the job. Maybe slightly unconventionally, but he got the job done. Got the win. Didn't let them get the ball. Free kick here for Getafe. So far, we're just coming up to the end of the first half, and it has all been Getafe. We have not had any highlights thus far. They're going to try and just dink it in there, but we do defend that and we do keep it. We get a chance to counter-attack. It's just into the start of the second half now. It's going to be Paredes again leading the counter here. Seller on that halfway. Oh, it's not Seller. Demina is coming at half-time. Demina, can he find the back of the net in pre-season? Yes, he can. 1-0 to QPR. Really good goal in the end. Good counter-attack in play. Obviously, Paredes with the ball through, and Demina finds his first goal for QPR. Again, in pre-season, it's not competitive football, but it's nice to get some balls in the back of the net and just find the goals, you know, just give these guys a couple of chances to score. And the 2 goals we've had so far have both come from new signings. And actually this one here, another long ball through for Demina, brings it down. Demina, oh, I was going to say makes it 2, but he hits the post. The keeper then collects it. Hopefully, I know it's only pre-season, but hopefully we don't live to regret that one in this game here, because those are the kind of chances that if in a league game or a cup game, you miss, you hit the post and you go on to drop a point or get knocked out the cup, you'd be a little bit gutted about it. So let's hope that that's not the case in this one, because again, we want to kind of try and find that winning formula, like how we can get points from games here. Gray, again with another test. And again, sort of beat at the first part, but did do well to get back. And Twanzebe back there as well. The pair of them combining to win possession back here. Ball to Weah. Weah now. Lovely turn inside. See this turn of pace, look. Okay, bit of a bad run for me, but the turn of pace from Weah is really, really good. And now Gray, advanced here. Going to find a ball through to Chad. It wasn't the best ball, sadly, but we do get a corner from it. It's going to be Paredes to whip this one in with about 15 minutes to go in these highlights. Let's just see if we can... Again, another goal would be really, really nice, especially as we could have had 2 if it wasn't for the post. Oh, Demina does win his header. He's only a little lad, but he did really well to win that. And Archie Gray, edge of the box, good effort, but sorry, with a really, really good acrobatic save. Did well to actually catch that one. Really good effort from Gray, though. He really caught that one really, really well. We'll just take this free kick short here. Paredes into Twanzebe. Going to find the ball out wide to Demina, who finds Gray. Gray going to try and take it past his man. Not the quickest, obviously, Gray. 77 pace, so not rapid, but not too slow. Would win a corner, but I don't think we're going to get the corner highlight. No, it's going to be a counter-attack as if we've played the corner and they've got it clear. Can we stop the counter-attack here? Clark's also going to have to come forward a fair bit out of position. It's good work there. I've pulled Thomas out of position as well. Not ideal defending from me here, but well done, boys. Done really well, actually, to force them back and stop the chance of a counter. Oh, Field sort of jumped in the general direction of that ball, but didn't really actually go for the ball. It's going to be a long highlight, this one, because, again, it won't stop, I was going to say, until the ball is lost, which it was there. And that is the full-time whistle. We do get a win in pre-season against, again, a good side. Getafe, no mugs. Really good win. And you know what? If we were to win any of the games, to win the final game of pre-season, going into the competitive fixtures afterwards, probably the best way to do it. But this here is the starting team you guys will see for the Premier League season here at QPR. This is our main squad. And you know what? Overall, I am pretty happy with the team. I think we've got a nice squad that feels like a vague level of realism. I think that the most unrealistic is probably Paredes, but he was a free agent. Nobody else came in for him. I gave it a good chunk of time because I did some scouting and, you know, I didn't just go and sign him straight away. It was like the 3rd episode in the start of this season, or the 2nd episode near the end of it, in the start of this new season. I think it's a good pickup. I think all the signings that we have made have been improvements on what we had previously and will definitely, at the very least, help us going forward. There's going to be some growth here. There's some good potential. There's some good development to be had. And I'm really happy with the team. Hopefully you guys are too. And if you're enjoying this series, then do leave a like on this video. It supports me, the video, the channel, the series out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to yourself anytime that we upload a video. Don't forget to check out the links down below to our TikTok, our Twitch, all of those things. You'll find more content, including streams and short form content. But for now, guys, I want to say thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves. And of course, wash your hands. Take care.